Hey guys, Cody with CJC Off-Road, and today I'm introducing to you probably my favorite Ram build we've done to date. This is a brand new Ram 2500 and it got the works. And by the works, I mean the craziest system that Carli Suspension makes, paired up with the nicest truck wheels on the market, thrown in with a couple of CJC Off-Road unique products. I think, and personally believe that, especially for this year, this is hands down my favorite build that we've done. So we're gonna dive on into some cool video clips and introduce the parts from front to back. So starting out front to back, I'm going to shamelessly plug two of our products. That is the CJC Off-Road Intercooler Guard, which gets rid of the big and ugly factory plastic air dam. Still gives you a level of protection for your intercooler, so nothing's going to fly up and hit it. If you do manage to still get some intercooler damage with this piece, you would get damage regardless. So it's a really slick, simple to bolt on option. Then going over to the fog lights, if you'll notice, this is a fully loaded Laramie truck. However, it typically comes with the thin LED factory lights. We've converted it over to a different system using the Baja Designs Squadron Lights. And what this is gonna do is give you a lot more fog light output. Personally, for most people's uses, just these Baja Design Sports yield you a ton of light and allow you to get out in the middle of nowhere and pick up a really good pace off-road or on the highway when there's no light available and not feel like you're gonna hit deers and things like that. Now, diving into the suspension, we have other videos showing the insane off-road capabilities of the Dominator system. So we're not going to be doing any of those jumps or whoops or anything like that with this customer truck. However, this system is an extremely capable off-road system. So it is the only system on the market that puts a 3.0 shock in the front and the rear of the truck. Again, that's a 3.3-inch diameter shock, for those of you not familiar with the terminology. And this is a shock built by King Shocks. So these shocks are completely custom tuned by Carli Suspension using their own pistons, and what that does is allows you to do a lot of insane off-roading, yet still commute in this truck and have an excellent ride in both situations. That is where the custom tuning really comes into play. And the reason this is the only system on the market is because the factory 2500 shocks go through the frame, and even with 2.5s with worn out bushings and a lot of suspension deflection, can still actually contact the inside of the frame. So Carli opted for a completely new mount that mounts the 3.0s outside the frame and allows you to really smash on the truck, again, off-road, yet still get an excellent ride on-road. Going front to back, this truck has the works from Carli Suspension. So it does have the 3.25-inch Dominator system, which is gonna come with the new 3.0 shocks up front. In order to fit those, you actually have to run a new lower shock mount. So those have been welded on, as well as the coil isolator supports that keep the coil spring from popping out, because as compared to the old trucks where the shock went through the coil and you can never really toss the coil out of the truck, with these trucks in enough spirited driving and enough crazy maneuvers, it actually is kind of possible to toss the coil out. So that's where this coil isolator support comes in. This truck also got the Carli stainless low mount steering stabilizer to help control the left-hand pull from the Ridge Grapplers, and the Carli torsion sway bar, which is going to free up the front end and just allow you to, say you're off-road, you can hit whoops diagonal, and it's going to allow the axle to dance separately from side to side without throwing the cab, while on road, say pulling into a driveway, gas station, things like that. Next time you rip into a driveway, your cab is not going to get thrown side to side. You're not going to lose your coffee out of your cup, things like that. The sway bar is going to give, but still offer excellent handling characteristics on the highway. You'll also notice this truck got the signature Carli fabricated radius arms, as well as the radius arm drops that are included in the 3.25-inch kit. The arms are the final cherry on top when you're looking for a little bit more suspension movement when you have a shock package and system like this, as well as they just look killer and help wrap up a very clean looking build. Moving to the rear, again, we have those outboard shock mounts that we talked about. You're going to have the Carli standard rear track bar drop bracket, which is going to keep the track bar flatter than stock in order to cut down that rear wag that you feel on some of the 2500 Rams. Carli Suspension sway bar end links, as well as their soft ride coils. Now you notice these shocks are not in the standard King blue and silver combination. This is a custom order setup with red end caps to replace the King blue. It's something that can be custom ordered. I believe this customer, thanks to all the pandemic problems, probably waited about 10 months for these shocks, just a heads up. But the overall package is quite cool, and actually the color coordination wraps up with the wheels, which we're just about to get to in order to just make a complete build. Again, these are the Innovate 18-inch G500 wheels. You'll see us plug these Innovate wheels a lot. I'm even wearing the shirt. The Innovate wheels are the nicest off-road wheel on the market. It is a completely forged, machined in the USA wheel. And this wheel can be ordered completely to your specs. So this customer, again, custom order this full package with black wheels as well as a red anodizing powder coat on the rings. And that's just going to allow you to kind of fine tune the build. You'll also notice an extremely nice billet hubcap that goes on this truck. So instead of a plastic cap from another manufacturer, these are truly machined and coated to match hubcap that's going to match the wheels, the lines, and just again make for a very well-rounded package. Now moving on to the tires, this is the 37 by 1350 R18 Nitto Ridge Grappler, an extremely excellent option for those of you looking to get a quality tow rating as well as a very aggressive tire. Again, being the 1350, it's going to give the truck a little bit stronger of a stance and just stick out of the fender a tasteful amount, but not something crazy like what you'd see from some trucks online. Now, that was a mouthful. I appreciate you guys for listening. This is, again, probably one of my favorite Rams that we've built this year. This truck, you can commute in this truck, you could tow with a simple timber and airbag upgrade, and you can absolutely pound on this truck off-road. So for those of you with deer leases, working on oil, working in the oil fields, or just someone who wants to have a lot of fun with a truck on the weekend, yet still drive in a fully loaded Laramie diesel truck during the week, this is an excellent package. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, shoot us an email, give us a phone call. We'd be happy to answer, and we will see you guys on the next one.